Time is 6 o'clock. Okay, call the meeting to order.
As required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, adequate notice this meeting was provided on January 9th, 2025 by publication of notice in the Express Times, the Hunter County Democrat, and by posting of said notice in municipal building on the same date. Mayor Barsney?
Here.
Mr. Baylor?
Here.
Mr. Bean?
Here.
Mr. Kenick?
Here.
Ms. McDermott? Here. Mr. Lavery?
Here.
And Mr. Good.
Here. Please stand for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Looking for a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the regular meeting of July 17th. Anybody want to make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
We want a second.
I'll second it.
Any questions, comments, corrections? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Kenick?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott? Yes.
Treasurer's report, looking for a motion to accept the August bills list, the interim bill list, and the quarterly budget report.
I'll make that motion.
We want a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments? Anybody need anything pulled? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Kenick?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott? Yes.
I'll make the motion to accept the tax collector's tax and sewer reports for July. Anybody want a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments? Anybody need anything pulled or roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Kenick?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott? Yes.
DPW report. Joe, do you have anything you want to add to yours?
No, only if there's any questions.
Anybody have any questions for Jeff? We ready for snow yet?
I sent you an email earlier today, Joe, about it.
Yes, I received the bill. I replied back. You might not seen it.
Okay, no, I didn't have time to go back in my emails. Yeah, so that's what I do when I walk. I look for, and that road's even 5 years old and already has a hole there.
Well, we didn't repair all of them. Some of them just got a thing and
Okay.
it's just nature of the beast, unfortunately.
Right, right. And I see that you're doing the parking lot up at Stecker.
Yes.
Yeah, are you getting millings from someplace or?
No, I got access to about I'm gonna say probably 30, 40 more tons. So that's what maybe with the Willow Grove project, we can get them millings and have them dumped right there.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
I'll
great.
finish that up.
Thank you.
And there's still
We
a
had
couple of
some
bootleg.
assistance- We had some assistance on that project from Washington Township DPW.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
And isn't there still a couple of loads of bootleg,
That's
millings
what I'm-
down? Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what I
I'm
thought.
talking about.
Alright,
Where bootlegs?
yeah, so we just dumped millings down along the Musconetcon River on Bloomsbury Asbury Road. They backed in there and just offloaded millings.
That's the property there.
Okay, township clerk report? Anybody have, Lisa, you have anything to add to it?
I don't.
Anybody have any questions?
I do just want to point out the good news is that the insurance company statewide did come through with that grant application. So they will be giving us the $1,812 to offset the cost of that multi-factor authentication that we have to do this year. So it won't pay for it, but it helps. Thank you.
Zoning and code enforcement? Paul, you have anything to add?
No, with that being said, I've been working with Mark, Lisa's working with Mark. He's green at it, but seems to be embracing it. He's running out doing an inspection and handling some simple property maintenance issues, and we've had some discussions on a couple of the tough ones, so everything's rolling there.
Okay. Board report, ACO report, anybody have any questions on it?
No,
We'll come back to the police department when the chief gets up here. Okay, committee reports. Lillian, you have anything?
I do have something I'd like to bring up. With, I don't know how many of you do or don't go to National Night Out that the police do, which I've only gone, I believe this is my third one this year, and it gets a really good turnout. And it seems like venues come out, there was some people there giving out to, but with Community Day, we keep on cutting that budget. And it's getting harder and harder to get any of the businesses to make donations for it. Just to have the simple things like the face painting, the ices, the different things that we do. I'd like to make a suggestion that we don't do Community Day. And we participate with National Night Out and call it something like National Night Out / Community Day, offering the different tables to be rented and the people to come to that. It seems like they get a really nice turnout. People who go in and buying food, right, Brian, that's from the rec?
Yeah.
Does the.
Yep.
It's
given
gotta-
away. They're not, no food is sold. Everything is free at National Night Out.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So it was just,
It's
a
a free
lot of
event.
new people were there and I was talking to people and they really enjoy that. And they enjoy it better than Community Day. And because Community Day is when it is, it's later on. It's tougher when they're all back to school and it just seems like I think if we try and merge the two together, because they get businesses to volunteer and donate things, we do, we'll get a better turnout. Because everybody's starting to hurt financially.
Yeah.
And I think that Community Day is gonna be a tough sell this year. I really do, that I think if we,
Well, I think the problem with Community Day, I was gonna bring that up tonight, I wish like one of the organizations in the township would take it over and use that as a fundraiser for themselves.
Right.
Because it's just too much for Lisa to run out of here
right,
and stuff, but I mean, something's gotta be addressed with Community Day because there's nobody really running it. I mean, I think a few years back at Booster, you should take a real active role in running it, and that was a big help, but they're not as active as they were. But yeah, I
mean,
don't know if that's the right answer, but I did, something needs to be addressed with Community Day.
I mean, even historic, they thought it was canceled this year at first.
Yeah,
And then they're like, oh, it's not canceled. It's just a tough,
yeah.
it's getting tougher.
And we don't
tougher.
have anybody big to give big donations, like some townships,
No,
we get
right.
free fireworks from a
Right.
company or something like that. We don't have anybody that has the ability to.
And then you've got to get volunteers to come and work it.
Yeah,
I mean, they're already stretching themselves to, they're,
So are we still gonna have a Community Day 2025?
We are.
We
It,
are.
it's well underway. I'm working on, the ads. I have, vendors secured. We have participants lined up. Working on it. We'll have it.
So,
yeah.
It'll be good for this year. Unfortunately, I don't even know if Booster can participate this year. Usually, as most of you know, they will do the beer garden and they provide the burgers. They get, the food donated from ShopRite and they use it as a fundraiser for them, but they don't even know if they're gonna have enough volunteers to
Yeah.
make that part possible. So we might not even have that this year.
And, you know, to your point, September is a tough month because football starts, so a
Right.
lot of parents are tied up with football.
I know,
I mean, every season, I guess everyone you have is gonna be a sport, but I don't know, but it's something we have to look into, and maybe that's the answer, like you suggested.
what do you think of that, chief? Would that be something you would be
I
willing
don't think
to
he was here for
entertain?
when you started.
Oh,
You're talking about American Community Day with
yeah.
National Night Out?
Would you be okay with something like that?
The only thing is, Community Day usually have groups there that sell stuff and try to fundraise. National Night Out, we don't charge anybody, everything's free, so if somebody wants to come there, it's all free. So,
Yeah, I don't think we could invite vendors
Okay,
like we do.
I'm okay with that.
That's
too.
why in my email, I had suggested it be like our community groups
Mhm.
that participate in community, they come out. Because they don't sell anything. They just participate in community day as part of our
yeah, I
community.
just,
Right,
in the past, like, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, they like sold stuff to try to raise money and whatnot. If anybody wants to come to the National Night, I tell them you can come, but everything's free, so.
right.
Unfortunately, like the Boy Scouts actually came this year and helped us out, and I don't know if they own some kind of inflatable, like,
It's like Gaga Ball.
yeah. Or if they rented that on their own,
But they did that on their own, didn't take any money, and then they gave away popcorn, so, I mean, that
Oh,
was
wow.
great. And it was a great addition,
Yes.
but I know it's kind of tough for,
What do you think of?
I think it's up for discussion, but I forgot about that, that no one pays for anything, so if you're gonna have booths there. Somebody wants to come to sell something, that's not what that's about, I guess, is
Okay.
what he's saying.
Yeah, I think it would only be, you know,
Right.
historic
And-
and
And
recreation.
you know, it really is a night. For community police development, and I think it might be stealing some of the thunder.
Mhm.
Maybe, I know we're gonna have our community day this year, but maybe next year we intentionally don't,
Oh,
Right.
See if somebody wants
to see if somebody why didn't you have it?
Well,
We just,
either that or like maybe we should have, you know, I don't know how many organizations are, but maybe we can just send a letter to them saying that we're gonna not have it unless somebody wants to pick it up.
Yeah.
And they can make the money off of it, I don't care if they want to sell a table.
Right.
yeah, I mean, you can send them letters out in January too and still salvage it maybe.
Yeah, I would send them out like another month or two.
Yeah.
Right, so to say, you know, and, see if somebody wants to pick, if they don't, then they don't, you know, but.
I'm sure those vendors will find plenty of places next year with the 250th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be
There'll be
things
other
going on,
places.
block parties or whatever, or, you know, community, you know, downtown events.
No, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
they can go there, but I think it's a good idea that we let it die for a while.
Yeah.
After this year,
If
and
somebody
let's see
sees-
what the public, you know,
Yeah.
if they start coming here, then we'll say, all right, we have a volunteer list right here, you
I
know.
mean, boosters reorganizing there. They don't have enough numbers
Yeah.
Okay.
to help right now.
Is that it? Lynn?
Otherwise, I don't have anything else, going on with them.
Okay, Rich, your report, you have anything to add to it?
not too much, I mean, other than, although our call volume incidents looks low, we've been extremely busy with, other activity in the town, intelligence gathering and, you know, working up on additional investigations. So, it doesn't paint an accurate picture if you just look at those numbers. But was there any questions? Overtime, I see the numbers, I'm surprised that they're about the same as they were last year, because there was quite a bit of vacation time taken in July. Summer usually is, but quite a bit, and we were, you know, out an officer. Pretty much that whole month, on workman's comp, that officer has returned, so. That is, it's great not only for him, but for us, especially coming into the school year coming up. And we anticipate being quite busy.
You know, I got an email like, not even like an hour and a half ago about trucks on, Warren Glen Bloomsbury Road and Maple Drive and stuff, and I was gonna bring it up. In the last 10 days, it's bad. It's bad on Maple Drive, at least that I see. I mean, there's a lot of trucks, 2 or 3 sometimes in a row.
Yeah,
Following
quite honestly, our focus on trucks has shifted to the, I guess I'd say criminal activity in the town.
yeah, I get it,
Taken away from.
but I'm just saying, it's bad again. I mean, it's the worst I've seen it in a while. A few months ago, I thought, wow, it seems to level off, but I'm telling you, the last 10 days, it's significantly increased. And sometimes there's 2 trucks coming off, one coming off 173, one waiting to come across from South Main. I mean, they're just all over the place. It's bad. I don't know, is North Main Street that bad yet? I mean, I don't,
I watched one go down.
yeah.
And,
I mean, I
and
know-
without it being said, we're also battling the tandem trucks on North Main and South Main too,
Yeah,
besides the tractor trailers. I haven't talked to Lori Cecil for eons now on the subject matter, because the county went out and did put up some signs, and I suggested some intersections. But the signs that got put up, to be perfectly honest, are all in the wrong spots. Even the two ones down here in town, what vehicles over 10 ton prohibited. You know, what purpose do they do down here in the center of town? And with what you're saying, the biggest intersection that we're having a problem with is 519 and Warren Glen Bloomsbury Road. And I'm sure their GPSs are taking them there and everything else like that.
519, oh, okay, down by there.
By the school.
Right.
And I had suggested at the time, and they put little signs in and around the culvert, but again. The truckers are on that road before they see the sign. I had suggested, but again, you have the town, the county engineers and this and that. There are 5 delineators that are on that corner. All of them under the delineator should say 78 east or 78 with the arrow.
Yeah.
You know, so like the guy's coming up and I'm like, oh, my GPS is saying I gotta go right, but the signs for 78 are to the left.
Right. But I guess their argument would be then the cars would be going to the left.
Well, that's fine and dandy too, you know, that's not the end of the world either.
But on that, I am meeting with Commissioner Curran probably next week, one day, about the truck issues. And, but I've often said down there, I wish they would just make at least Warren Glen Road one way out.
Well,
So then
You
the
said
trucks would
that
have to
right.
go, they can't make that right.
can't make it right.
But it does, cars would have to make it too, and the county's arguing probably be, we think we're creating a hazard, but. There's several things that can be done, but they're drastic, and like, they
Right.
never do it, like, make Maple Drive one way. Like, if you made that one way out and made, Maple Drive one way this way, then this way they couldn't go down that way either. But the county's not gonna do.
No,
something
it's
like that.
tough, right.
They look at you, they look at me like, I tell them that, they look at me like.
Right.
Well,
Well,
they follow what I'm saying, but they're
Right.
like, we're not doing that.
No, yeah, like I said, I just think that intersection down there could be done better. And again, will everybody follow it? Absolutely not, we see it every day.
Yeah,
But take some off the road, maybe.
but it's to the point now, they get off 78 east, make a right on 173, come down.
Yeah.
Make it like, it's just become a truck route.
Well, yeah, and I come up 519 the other day and I kind of suspected it, right? I followed a tractor trailer all the way up Liberty right on the North Main and he was heading to 78. And I'm like, how you gonna battle that? Cause they're not even allowed to be on that portion of 519 anymore.
The
Right.
problem we've been hearing from them, which is highlighted this week in the news with the fatal accident in Florida,
Yeah.
these guys can't read signs.
No.
Yeah, right.
They don't speak English. California,
kidding.
these states are giving them licenses.
Yeah.
And-
Well, Jersey's doing it too, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I mean, I know personally of foreign
They give them the
CDL drivers that
unqualified-
came here,
Yeah.
showed that I have a foreign CDL. And I mean, you got it, Joe, the hoops to get a CDL in the state of New Jersey is huge, unless you come from another country,
Right.
It's,
and bam, you got it.
and
And that's illegal,
Six
I'm using that.
Yeah.
Warren, and I've been saying this
Yeah.
too, is,
Yeah.
you know, not just me, but everyone's saying, if your first act coming into the country is illegal, nobody corrects it.
Right,
Why would you ever follow any other law,
Right,
just a traffic law?
right.
And that's where I think the battle is.
Yeah.
These guys figure they don't enforce laws in this country, they do whatever we want. Well, we ever even looked into it, how many, what's the average? What's the percentage of these truck tickets being paid?
Right.
I gotta believe a lot of those guys never
Never
even pay
show
one.
up.
Why would you? They're sitting there saying they won't even throw me out of the country for killing somebody. They're not gonna throw me out for not paying a traffic ticket. I mean, it literally is a border issue here in Greenwich.
Well, majority of the truck tickets, at least in my experience,
Yeah,
are not New Jersey licensed.
that's what I'm saying.
So,
They're
but
not
they're also
paying.
not even US licensed, they're also a conductor license, which. It's not even in English, can't even read it, but it's legal, they're allowed to drive.
And like I said, if no one took action out against you for any other illegal, why would the last thing you want to go worry about is traffic issues?
On a positive note, I did, believe, develop a contact with the state, DOT. To, maybe I can finally get some leeway with getting some more signage on our state roads, cause that's, as Paul was saying. Like 57, we need more signs on
I
57.
don't think they care about signs. I said that months ago too here. It's beyond that. They just don't care. They just don't
agree.
care.
Yes, but I think, I mean, we've been battling that just because, but also it helps us with our tickets if we do have to go to court. But
That accident in Florida, guy did the illegal U-turn across the median. I see it all the time out here, trucks making a left
By
by
Walmart.
IHOP to
Right,
go over to Penn Jersey truck stop. They don't go around the jug handle, they just don't make a left right across the lanes.
right.
I see it all the time. Out there. I mean, it's just, it's. Like, the argument used to be is, well, they follow their truck GPS. Well, they don't have truck GPS, they're using a car GPS. It's beyond that to me now. I think they just figure, I can whatever the hell I want. What are they gonna do to me?
as I said before, I look at their truck GPS and it's still telling them to take those roads. It's not
Yeah.
restricting them. I don't know why, but that's our fight with, I don't know, the government or,
GPS is telling them they not to go that way?
no, it's telling
It's
them
telling
to
them
go
to
that.
go there, yeah,
Truck routes are telling them to go that way.
yeah, I
And
don't know.
it's as ridiculous as it will tell them to, if they want to get to the postal facility, and they're going 78 westbound. It tells them to get off at exit 4 and go through South Main Street out to 173 out that way. Then it will tell them, sometimes it will tell them to go down Beatty's Road, then back out to South Main, and then to 57, to North Main to 57. I have no idea why they're so messed up. But at the meeting with Emily DeMayo, he was gonna try to talk to somebody about getting that fixed, but I don't know who you talked to. Who do you talk to about fixing the GPS?
Then maybe they need to get ticketed, the people that make them, because they say in their literature. You can't hold us responsible if you go on a
Well,
wrong
that-
road or something.
That's
So that's ridiculous,
that's what we use when we stop them and the
Yeah.
truck drivers say, well, I follow my
Yeah.
GPS.
right,
Yes, you're supposed to follow the signs, not GPS. It
right.
tells you that.
Well,
It's just sad.
yeah, I don't see the problem ending. I mean, I'm not hopeful.
No.
I'm not hopeful. It's
There's no.
it's here to stay. I mean, even the trucks from down in Bloomsbury, the trucks out never used to go up 170. They do all the time now. Cause
Yeah.
when I get off that exit, I'll follow them up. They
Yeah.
never used to do that. Years ago, I mean, that truck's out there for over 50 years.
Mm.
They never did that. It's literally to the point that they just don't care.
Right,
That's not your fault, but I'm just saying, it's, they just don't care. Okay, looking for a motion
Wait, hold
to,
on.
oh, I'm sorry.
Chief, update on the sign, any delivery date for the mobile sign?
No, I'm not, no, delivery date still.
Okay, also, this past Monday at 5:10 in the morning. They picked up my garbage. I thought they couldn't pick garbage up until at least 6 o'clock, and the week before it was 4:09 in the morning.
I called them when you had reported about that.
Right,
They said they were gonna take care of it.
and when they're not taking
Again.
care of it, I sleep through it, but I get complaints from my wife, so, you know.
Oh, what's the trash being picked up at 4 in the morning?
4:09, yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, that's my neighborhood.
so.
Or between 4 and
That
4:30.
must be
Yeah.
why mine's later than it used to be. They're picking up over here.
Yeah.
Is that Elmar or?
Well, Casillas now or whatever they're called. Solas.
Casola or something,
Casilla,
Casella, I think it's called.
Casella.
Can we give them a ticket?
Well, we did, right, yeah.
And they
said- I think they were good for a while.
What's that?
That was
About a week.
That was when it was LMR.
Oh, yeah, it was LMR now.
This Casella's big company.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's not a
huge.
fly-
They're out from a big company up from Vermont.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Do we have I mean, zoning would know, I think that, do we have a trash pickup?
Yes, sort, no, it doesn't specifically out, but it does say in the book that you are not allowed to. What's the word, they depose people from their normal sweep or something like that. You can't do, that's what we used to fight the Dunkin' Donuts on 57 in the old PNC Bank.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
thinking.
Because they were gonna open at 4 in the morning, but they were gonna make noise. So,
Right, right.
and you can't wake people up prematurely. I don't know how it's written in there, it's some legal jargon, but yeah, so there is something in there, but it doesn't say the time.
I will, I'll give them a call again and advise them that, well, no, what I addressed them before was what you had said about them backing up on the road.
Right, well, they're still doing that,
Not the
Yeah.
hours operated, they're still doing that,
still doing it.
so
Which-
I'll,
You know, it really makes sense because they're coming from the end of Willow Grove. on the one side, they pick the garbage up, well, they gotta turn around and go pick the other side, and they go
Yeah.
all the way down Good Springs. Everything on the right-hand side, they pick up. So another suggestion from my wife, have them drive through Pace Setter, make a turn on Arbor. And then kind of make a U-turn that way instead of backing up here and beep, 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 which I never hear, but she hears.
Well, again, and if they're gonna continue to do it that way, at 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's not the same problem as it is at
No, this
4:15.
is at 5:09.
Right.
One with 4:09 and then
But
five.
at 5:09, it's a problem, but maybe at 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's not a problem.
No, that wouldn't be.
Right.
Now, that happened when, last week you said?
This week was 5:10, the week before
Okay, So it
4:09.
wasn't like happening on a holiday, so they had to do something,
Yeah.
or drive.
No, yeah, chief, they're at my house, let's just call it average 4:15
Okay,
every week.
I'll give them a call again,
It's like.
and advise them, next time.
And you say you're
Could
getting
be
a lot
a-
of
could
complaints
be
from
an
the
ordinance for
committee,
noise violation.
yeah. So. I think that's all I have for the chief.
You have anything, Brian?
No.
Paul, you good?
No, I do, but.
Well, I'm not talking committee, I mean for the chief.
Oh, no, not for the chief. no.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to accept the consent agenda for the police department, DPW, township clerk, zoning, court report, and ACL.
I'll make that.
Anyone want a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Paul, Bill, you have any committee reports?
The only thing in your packet, I had Lisa, the Eagle Scout program.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Bill, I stuck that on you.
That's good. I like it.
So, they had that blow up that was at the first night, the police department's event in August. That was a blow up version of what she wants to, build out there on the park. So, I spoke to Jeremy, he's definitely in favor of it, and, she's gonna make a presentation at our next, open space meeting, first Wednesday, in September at the park, hopefully, whether, and then Joe, I would ask you if maybe you and I can discuss where in the park we can put something like this. Have you seen the design?
I Googled it to see what it was, but I had no clue. I've seen it.
Okay,
It doesn't take up a lot of room.
What's that?
so,
It doesn't take up a lot of room, I know that.
Couldn't
No, but
almost
it's a
go where it
maintenance
was.
thing.
what was that?
It's a maintenance thing. If what
Right.
I seen, it's gonna have playground mulch in it for falls and stuff.
I think what they
It's just
wanna
grass.
do, is it
Or-
mulch that they
They
wanna
put
do, or like that
they
plastic
put like
thing?
a foam, you could have a foam, floor.
Right, see,
Yeah.
that detail, I'm gonna wait till,
Oh, okay. Cause I've seen them with mulch in them.
cause I don't want you going in and having the weed whack inside there,
Yeah.
so.
Well,
Yeah.
the phone's gonna have to be maintained too. Ultraviolet rays and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That'll deteriorate fast.
Right, so,
I have,
go ahead.
throw up in space. Joe, you were able to get the price for the trees? 25, how much was it? Do you remember? Was it like 3,000?
So 40 arborvitae's,
It's 40.
let's see.
I don't know if it was 25 or 40.
It all depend on the height that we got, but I told him I figured it was about 50, somewhere between 50 and 75 feet. He figured it would be 25 trees to cover it.
Okay.
What, 4 to 5 footers, they're $55 a piece, that would be $13.75. 5 to 6 footers would be $75 a piece, $18.75. 6 to 7 footers would be $110 a piece.
And what do you
That does
recommend?
not include installing.
Yeah.
That's just the trees.
So are they gonna do the installing or?
I did not get a price on that. I said that was just the trees.
Okay.
I could get prices for installation.
Yeah, cause I wanna be able to get a motion to put the trees on.
And where
Unless
are you
you-
putting them?
On Wyndham, or not Wyndham, on Avon, where we have that strip of land where we put the fence.
Okay.
Yeah. How much do you think the project would be? And I could just get a motion to start it.
Install a tree.
Yeah.
What kind of trees?
I-
What-
Just arborvitae, you remember we had months ago, he was gonna get the estimate for the arborvitae,
But where we gonna put them along what wall?
the tree line,
I thought we put them in already.
no, we didn't put them yet.
Oh, I thought we put them up there. Okay.
No,
Just the fences there.
yeah,
No, I don't know per tree what they would get. I couldn't tell that.
okay.
Have you taken a look at what's on the other side of the tree line?
Yes,
There are 3 rows of evergreens.
I'm just hoping they live.
Well, I am concerned about that, which
That's where the main.
somebody should have been more on the ball about planting them underneath of the tree line.
Yeah,
But with that being said, that whole area's got 3 rows of 4 to 6 foot evergreens right now that in theory will do what you wanna do.
I'm just, like I said, I know what we can control here.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but those arborvitae's, that's deer lettuce in the winter. You know, they're gonna constantly be hammered, they're bagworm, they're this, they're that, they're not the sole answer. I just think that the back line of the willows will eventually give you what you're looking for without us having to add to it. That's just my opinion.
Could you, Joe, just get a price, just so I can,
Installation, sure.
yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. And totally understand what you're saying, I'm just worried, you know, I see a lot of their landscape right now is dead, I know they can replace it.
Well, yeah,
Hoping they
Bryce,
do.
how long do they have to make sure that stuff makes it a couple years, right?
It's at least one, if not two. and
There's not two, that's what I'm thinking.
There's not been a final sign off on it.
Right, so, but
I'm just worried after.
no,
year
I
two.
am concerned where I've seen some of it in other areas, I think. The pine trees will grow majestic and beautiful, but
Yeah,
Paul, my arborvitae, you know, where I had them by the pool, I got like
Yes.
20 of them. They've been there for almost 25 years.
yeah, no.
I don't know why the deer
by
don't
me,
like
but-
them.
I have this.
Who doesn't like
I have 30-year-old.
They have
Deer in my
never,
backyard.
No,
They walk
through the yard.
They never eat mine
They never
either.
eat 'em.
Knock
on wood.
There is a variety, well, I think both of you have the variety that are not deer friendly.
Oh, okay.
There's some
I got
that
it from
taste like
Bob
crap
down
to beer.
in the South Range.
Particularly the emerald green, which is what Bob has. And the green giant.
That's what these are, and
The green
green
giant.
giant is
Yeah.
the quote
Right.
price.
The deer have to really be hungry
Yeah,
to wanna munch on
I
it.
do know most arborvitae are.
Oh, yeah, you see them up there.
Yeah, right.
I always wondered why, I never complained, but
Yeah.
the deer walk through my yard.
Oh,
Fine,
all
never,
the
never.
time.
You have a poor tasting arborvitae.
Yeah.
I didn't plan it that way, but I'm glad it came. Are you done?
yeah, thank you.
Paul, you have anything?
Yeah, it cropped up a couple of weeks ago and I keep seeing it because I don't erase it from my email. We need to get together with, Brad, and, who's the other gentleman from our sewer?
Barney,
Brad Carney's the attorney, Dan Madden's your.
Dan Madden, and there's one other party that's involved in conversations in the sewer committee. They're very concerned about, Phillipsburg going private, which we need to have conversations on, and there's nothing you're gonna do to stop that. You know, if they go private, they go private, but you know, there's some conversations that we need to have as a sewer subcommittee, they've recommended getting together. We still need to continue to chat about the system for, as I'm gonna call it, the hamlet. And are we really potentially going to look at trying to do something up by the Chamois Shine to make those 2 lots viable? Otherwise, those 2 lots, you see them now? That's exactly what they're gonna be like 50 years from now. You know, because until you get sewer to them, you can't do a darn thing. So there's a couple of, and that, to be honest, the one up there isn't the most important per se. I don't think the town ever breaks even on the revenue it spends to do it. But what choice do you have? You know, there's no magical pen there. So I think we need to talk with our guys here because my last conversation with Carney was, he thought that we might be able to tie into the utility easement on 78 to get through the piece of property that's preserved farmland. And go down there and hook up to that sewer pump there, and that would be gravity. And I mean, I gotta be honest, alls we're doing is disturbing, it's not even plowable fields or anything. It's just being let to grown up, and then, of course, you've got the easement on 78. And if that turns out not to be viable, even if we have to go the long road and go through the people that govern that, which is a 2-year process, might give or take.
Yeah.
You know, let's get that process started. You know, because nothing changes up there until we figure it out down here. There is nobody coming in and saying, I'm gonna build you a Marriott and I'm gonna put the $3 million septic line in that you need. I'd love to be wrong, but I don't see that happening. So these are two big conversations that we gotta talk about because they're gonna be impactful on it. I also got an email the other day that I noticed that, did anybody, I meant to see who CC'd on it, about money that was available to us that we'd already had on a loan, but the expiration is written out in reference to our sewer project downtown here.
I didn't get any.
I didn't get it.
I'll have to forward that
I didn't see it.
I'll forward it to you and then you can determine who else it needs to go out to. I'm just wondering if that was the loan that we had many years ago when we turned it down.
Yeah.
I think maybe that one might have just expired. But I thought it was a USDA loan.
Did we ever actually apply for it? Cause I thought we,
Yeah, no.
I thought we had direct of it.
Again, this is such a sore subject for me. We had the money. It was done. The question is,
Before my time, then.
yeah, yes,
Oh, okay.
absolutely. But we voted on it though. We were the ones that killed it.
Yeah.
The loans and everything were all set up from the USDA. The biggest issue was, the estimate. Was it accurate at 2.2 or was it more? But we had a loan through the USDA and the infrastructure bank. That was all done. And then we gave it to Boo.
I don't need that. Does
You
anybody?
weren't on that at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Me, Bill, Bob, Frank,
Will,
maybe Will.
Wow.
okay.
I did have one more committee thing I forgot to bring up. I'm not sure.
Well, so what I'm saying is, we need to coordinate a meeting, and I believe Brian, you were on this sewer
Yeah.
committee. So we need to coordinate a meeting with them someplace. Now with school starting, afternoons might be a little bit more challenging for you.
Just Tuesdays I can't, so you let me know, like afternoon being like 4, I can get here.
Well, so
What's
see,
your best afternoon, Paul?
Monday,
Monday?
but I'm up at the squad building unless it's a call, you know, most of those days.
It's, let me know.
See what those, because it's gonna really be on them, because none of them are close.
Okay.
So we need to at least get chatting about this if we're gonna get it done. Because I'm gonna tell you now too, the old school, it had some interest, but I'm sure all that's on hold because there was chattering about putting sewer in there. And the sewer project that they need to do for that school is huge. Probably, you know, to the tune of $800,000-900,000.
Yeah.
You know, so they're like, we'll wait. So,
Have it?
yep.
Okay, no,
So Greg wants to, at the community day, present an award to Lisa
Mhm.
at the very beginning. I think he was gonna email you.
yeah, I got it, yeah. I have no problem with it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine. You can-
thank you.
Okay, that it?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else have anything before we move on? Professional reports, Bryce?
I'll try to be as brief as possible. I'm on 2 pages list here. Lot going on. Willow Grove DOT grant, plans have been submitted to DOT. As soon as DOT approves them, then we can schedule the work. We just need to get under contract by November 1st. So we should be okay there. I'm not sure where Tilcon is at with their contracts right now. They were into October already, as far as I know. So. As soon as DOT approves those plans, we'll get moving on that.
Right.
Lowe's Hollow, the FEMA plans were sent to Joe. Probably Joe has a better update than I do on where we're at with that.
Yes, I've already forwarded to FEMA and stuff, they're reviewing them.
So as soon as they do their review and determine that they're willing to fund things, then we can move forward with that. Some questions have come up on Wendy's to us. I wanted to report there quick. We're hearing rumors that they're gonna open in 2 to 4 weeks. They had a real problem with their water line connection. It took them about a week and a half to put 80 foot of water line in. So, that kind of delayed them. Comcast, we have not seen any updates from Comcast on the Revere Austin Circle. As far as we know, the restoration activities have been done and are up to snuff. We addressed the issues that were brought up to us. So if there's any new, just bring them up and we'll have them addressed. But as far as we know, there's no restoration issues out there.
Is this with Comcast now?
Comcast, yeah.
And what about their connections with their boxes?
Yeah,
Because I was gonna, I mean, I'm not writing it down, but I'm seeing lots of black tubing sticking out of the ground in a lot of these green
nothing about that.
connections.
What's-
Right.
Are they done or what's, where?
There's a lot of tubing.
We,
And they didn't get all the tubing that we talked about.
they did not, because
I still see some on different corners and stuff.
okay,
They got some, but there's still some, but yeah, I was gonna ask that question like too. The box, where the one place I was complaining about the tubing, has been in there since like January and nothing's touched. There's plastic tubing sticking out up on the pole, wires just hanging out.
Hanging, yeah.
What, are they ever gonna finish your?
okay, we'll, I'll make a note.
Now, I do think that stuff that I'm talking about by my house was put in by that company that's fired. But nobody ever has come back and touch anything. I mean, they got all the approvals from the county, right, for all the overhead stuff.
As far as we know, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
yeah, they were going gangbusters and all, and they kind of just like
yeah,
lost interest for some reason. I'm not sure. So I made a note. We'll check on the connections, what's going on with all that. Get-
How big was their restaurant? Wasn't that big, was it? Like $5,000?
I'm thinking five grand sounds familiar, but.
Yeah, that's nothing you do. And I ain't gonna get done, but okay.
I thought we asked for more than that, but
Alright.
we can go back and check.
I thought it was 19,
Yeah, alright, okay, well, hopefully,
but I think we're over that. As long as they've taken,
right.
so. Moving on, Sentinel Construction, they had a delay with the building permits. I talked to them today. They were hopefully starting now, but they're not gonna start probably till end of September on the construction of their self-storage. There was an email that came from the county. I think it went to Lisa. I'm not sure who else who got it. There was a pre-construction meeting last week. The county is continuing their paving activities on the county roads. The reason this was important to you guys or this town is Greenwood Street and North Main is on the schedule between now and November. 2 schools on those roads, so they're supposed to be reaching out to the town to have a specific town discussion. Donna from our office attended the pre-construction meeting on behalf of Franklin Township because they asked her to go. So she was kind of representing all towns that we represent that were there, and they specifically talked about. The concern was the schools and the fact that they're gonna be doing paving when school starts.
Right.
So just make you aware, it's gonna be a pretty bad situation at that time. 1,4-dioxane, I know you did a contract with DEP. Are we good to start? Do we have the bond done, or where do we stand on the 1,4-dioxane project?
I just got notice that the DEP has actually signed the contract, so it's fully executed, and now we just have to do the final touches to the bond, so. Hopefully within the next week.
Okay, just let us know when we need to start. It won't take us long to get that
Is
done.
there anything on that, Mike, we could do tonight, like, where they can they authorize me to sign any papers or anything from Dracovitz if it comes, so we don't have to wait till next meeting?
We adopted the ordinance, so Drakowitz just needs to.
Oh, I'm sure the ordinance said that we can you know, you're authorized to
Okay,
execute.
so
any-
we
Yeah,
don't have to wait
we're
till the next
good, no.
meeting. Okay.
Somewhat related to the location of the 1,4-dioxane, obviously, as you know, the connection to Aqua to get Mr. Haggerty onto public water because of the contamination. His driveway is in an easement on the Oberly property. Oberly's are looking to go to preservation on that farm. So we're being asked by the county, not related to the dioxane project, but by the county itself because of the preservation. From the 2 townships that the property's on, does the township have any comments on that being preserved? And I told them, I don't believe you guys have any comments, but we had a meeting coming up. I would mention it to you to see if you had any comments, because there's a small portion of that Oberly farm that's in Greenwich Township. They are fully aware of the dioxane water line situation, and that easement has to stay, because there was talks about the easement possibly going away, and Mr. Haggerty was in talking to Lisa, and a lot of legal things going on there. The county's fully aware of that. That he needs to have access to the water line down that easement. But in general, is there any issues with Mr. Oberly from your standpoint preserving his farm?
Glad he's doing it.
Yeah.
Happy he's doing it.
Right, just to be
And I can't think of a
clear,
better farm, because they're like 200 years in this township, I think, that
Right.
overly, so God bless them.
Yeah.
just to be clear, they're gonna allow that to be constructed upon that easement.
That's my understanding. That's what the conversations I had with Teresa Kaminsky at the county was that and
Any chance
Mike
that's in
knows who-
writing anywhere?
No, this is not, this is pretty routine, like if you know that there's a certain, thing that has, whether it's an easement or something else, as long as they exclude it when they preserve it, then it's not a problem. It's a big problem if the property's been preserved.
Yeah,
To
right.
undo it, but
Undo it.
as long as you do it ahead of time, like towns that have open space property, they carve off like a thing, if they
Yeah.
wanna put a cell tower or something, as long as you do it ahead of time, you're good, so. Shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
the easements-
do we see that before it's done? Because, as you mentioned, he was in here very concerned that that was being
And
dissolved.
we have the survey. I can provide a copy of the survey to you. I mean, we have the survey that the county had done, and it does show the 60-foot easement where the driveway is at. Now, it's not all of Oberly's property, it's just the one.
Right,
There
right.
is some Oberly property that's not being preserved. But of course, Oberly properties throughout the county, how many are there?
Right.
Right,
So Teresa was calling me because she's like, I need a no comment or, something from the township to say that there's not an issue. Knowing that that easement is in place and that the water line can be run.
Well, I'm glad they're doing it.
No, yeah,
that's great.
Okay.
get it done.
The last thing for open, I have a few things in executive, but the last thing in the open, I believe, Bob, when he was here last month, sorry, talked about the MS4 mapping and a couple different options on how to do that. Didn't know if the committee had made a decision on how to move forward, if you're moving forward, and how you're gonna move forward with getting the data collected for the MS4 mapping, if you wanna have Joe and his team do it, or have us do it, or whatever the case may be. So just wanted to check on that.
We haven't talked about that, so that way.
And this is just about locating the storm outlets. Right?
Yeah, so Greenwich was a tier A already. So we have a lot of things already collected, but the new tier A requirements, there's more that needs to be collected. And it has to be uploaded to the DEP site and all these things, and every town's deciding to do things differently. Some towns, we're going out and collecting all the data and just handling it all. Some towns are trying to save a little bit of money and having their DPW collect that data.
There shouldn't be really too much in the way of new openings at all, Joe, so it should really just be a review, right?
Well, there's new things that
Oh, new things that
they've
they
added more.
added.
It used to be just outfalls.
Do we know what it is? Do we have a list of those new things? Are they like separated?
It's gonna be, you basically, anything with the stormwater related on any township road has to be picked up. Before it was just outfalls, so now it's all the inlets, all the pipes, all the basins, everything has to be picked up.
Is that something you wanna tackle, Joe?
800 and some odd storm drains, gonna need a lot of time. When do I do the other work? I see that tying up 2 guys for a good year. Because you're talking about probably the outlets along the roads think about the developments where they got them in the backyards. That's all part of our storm drain infrastructure we're responsible for.
Bryce, could you give us an estimate what your charge to do
Approximately $7,000
it? To do everything?
to gather the data, yeah, to create the mapping.
Any grants out there to cover that?
The only grants that were available, well, you have money. Because DEP gave everybody money to do the MS4 stuff. Now, being that you were a tier A previously, you only got 25,000, where the tier B's got 75,000. I don't know where that money stands. I mean, we obviously been doing other work because there's a lot of things to do with the MS4 permit. The mapping's just the
We
next
use that
step.
for storm heads.
Not gonna cover.
It won't cover everything that has to be done because, I mean, Joe's had to buy new inlet covers, new labels, new stickers, all that, it all comes out of that money.
We use that 25,000, but the first round for them storm heads.
When does it have to be done by?
The mapping deadline is the end of this year. There's a matrix of all the things that have to be done, and it's been there's over a 5-year period that things have to be done in. The next step is the mapping, and that's due by the end of the year. The only other grants that were available were through the Highlands, but you had to be fully conforming to get any grants from the Highlands. Which Greenwich is not, so.
Could I get a scope of the work so I can review it to see what's actually done, to see how long it would take me to do this stuff?
Yeah, I'll get you, I'll have,
Email me a scope of the
Yeah.
work so I can come up with some kind of estimate to do this, to see.
Joe, you
What-
weren't at the
how much
last
time?
meeting, but he had also mentioned at the last meeting that there's an option for you to do some of it, and it would be about half the price.
Yes.
Land on me.
But you
I
want.
don't know what all the scope of the work is, so I can't quote you nothing if I don't know what the scope of the work is.
Okay, so Bryce, you're giving him that information?
we'll get with Joe and outline what kind of information we need and what we can do to help him and,
And you know what else I'll reach out to, even though we've kind of opted that we weren't gonna join the Highlands or anything. You know, we've been bouncing it back and forth, but I think right now the answer is no, but if I remember right, there's $7,000 or $8,000 available in our account anyway. And if we were using it for that purpose, they might be willing to release the last of it, because they're not using it for anything.
Mhm.
It's just sitting there, Greenwich Township, $8,000.
Might be able to redesignate it.
Might be able to
Reassign it.
redesignate it to that too. It's an uncomfortable call, but I'll make it.
You've made it
Thank you.
before.
so that's all I have right now. Like I said, I have a few items that we'd like to discuss in executive.
Okay, thanks, Bryce. Yours all executive?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay, anybody have any old business to go over? Anybody have any new business to talk about?
New business.
Yeah, I have.
You wanna bring that up about the
Bins?
bins?
Yeah, were we able, I know it was last minute, at least I spoke to you today. Were we able to create any language on banning the,
Yeah, I'm sorry
we-
if I misunderstood that.
no, I knew when I sent it, you were on vacation, so I didn't
Yeah,
obviously send you a follow-up on it.
yeah, I wasn't understanding if you, were asking for that to be drafted or wanting it on the agenda for TC to consider.
Can we,
Did you get the ordinance, the copy of the ordinance that you adopted in October?
yeah,
I did
so
bring it.
I received
Okay.
multiple calls, one actually being from Bob Veterson about the concern with the clothing bin. Obviously, this has been years I've been talking about it. It's gotten a lot worse, I believe. And I think we're beyond sending zoning over there. I think we need to ban on any commercial property the clothing drop offs. I don't know what you guys' thoughts. I know Paul's kind of, against that, but
Well, again, my thoughts are the fact that it gets cleaned up far more regularly than it is. I was gonna ask, I now see, they put fake cameras up there at first, but now I see there are solar cameras up there. My question is, do they really work?
I doubt it.
You know, and if so, and then if not, can we at least request Toll Brothers to say, give them the, get some cameras up there so we can bust the dumpers? or they're
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
chief,
reviewed.
I mean, what are we gonna do? You're gonna issue them a ticket, you're gonna go to court, nothing happens?
Zoning.
It's the whole thing is-
Yeah.
Being charged,
Yeah, I
you
just-
basically issue
It's a waste of
But it's
time.
not, I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't know how zoning should do that because they're not allowed to know who the license plates are.
Well, the other thing is. Are the companies adamant about stopping that? I
Yeah,
assume they are.
Well, I would assume they are too, because again, the two new cameras are fairly new that are up there. I just don't know whether they work. But there's solar up there, there's a camera, there's an eye.
I believe I believe they do work up there, because I think we usually on this investigation.
And the problem is, like you said, there's gonna be dumping, well, now on the other side,
Well, you see the 5 or 6 bags that are there?
Yes.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
There's nobody, those people aren't cleaning those bags up.
no.
They had
and-
tires there last week.
Right, and
Yeah,
if you get rid of it, and again, I just think if you get rid of that,
Furniture, yeah.
people have been bringing
Mattresses.
stuff there for years, they're not gonna stop. It's just gonna become a toll brother problem, and they're gonna clean it up once a month, 3 times a week like it's being done now. Again, you know, that's a hard question all the way across the board.
I mean, they can't be making money on the junk. I saw broken
No, it's,
furniture there.
it's
No,
really bad.
no, I imagine,
But they're not
I'm
making
sure
money,
a lot of their profits or
so.
good deed money's going towards dumpsters when they show back up, they just
Yes, I was
offload that into.
Cost them money to get rid of it.
Yeah, it costs them money.
Unless
to
they
get rid
take
of
it to another bin somewhere.
I think, you know, we have two clothing, we have two clothing drop offs on the same street. I think we ban the commercial and have the one on township property. I think that's that's sufficient for this town.
So do we make a motion tonight to have Mike draft an ordinance?
You know, the other thing you could do is just repeal the one you have, because before we adopted the ordinance, they weren't permitted, right? So anything that's not specifically permitted is prohibited. So if you rescinded the ordinance, then you can't have it.
And I
And I
just
wa-
said to Mike, it's not codified yet. I'd rather not spend the money to codify it and then
So we can
adopt
just
an
repeal.
ordinance.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna, it's
I'll
probably
make a motion to repeal any clothing bins on commercial property or the ordinance that we.
Ordinance number, and then you can,
yeah, it's 112, 2024.
I'll second.
Any questions, comments? Roll call,
Sorry. Mayor Barsney,
yes.
Mr. Baylor,
Yes.
Mr. Beam,
Oh, no.
Mr. Kenya,
Yes.
Ms. McDermott.
Yes,
All right. Be pretty easy.
Thank you.
And then if it continues to happen. You know, I stopped somebody's unloading stuff there, and she goes, well, it says donations, and I said, clothing donations. We were arguing what a donation was. I said, just read.
I never read
So you're dealing with idiots.
But it's like Bob's letter, the people that I've spoken to are mostly PA residents.
I never paid much attention to it until you started bringing it up.
Yeah.
And I don't think since I've been paying attention, I've ever gone by without seeing junk in front of them.
So do we, once this is officially, action is taken, then have Mark send a letter to Toll Brothers then? To ask that they be removed?
Yeah, but him, you can do it, yeah.
yes.
Does that have to have a second reading or anything like that?
Yeah, it's an ordinance just like any other one. So next meeting, we'll introduce it and then, September meeting and then October, if the committee's so inclined, you can adopt it.
Okay. Anybody else have any new business? Okay, I'm looking for a motion to adopt resolution 1625. The insertion of the revenue from the Safe and Secure Grant Resolution 6925, insertion of the 2022 recycling tonnage grant resolution 7025, insertion of the 2025 Clean Communities Grant 7125, redemption of tax liens for block 2006 lot 1, and resolution 7225, redemption of tax liens for block 2310 lot 17. Anybody want to make the motion?
Or make the motion?
Anybody want a second?
I'll second.
Anybody have any questions, comments, or anybody need one? pulled?
Can we even find out who these, you know, I never heard of Gray Moore, I mean, you know. Can we find out who the property owners are? I'm just curious.
That's great, isn't that?
They're holding the lien,
Yeah.
they're the lien holders, you mean? not the property owners.
Yeah, those are
Right.
like the banks.
It's a lot of money.
Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
And Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Okay. Amazon business account renewal. I think we gotta renew that. Does anybody know what that's about?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah,
save
we
so much money
definitely-
with that.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion. We renew the Amazon business account.
I'll second.
Any other questions, comments? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Municipal building fire alarm panel upgrade. Joe, you were gonna explain that here tonight? you said?
Yes, so back in July, we had the annual inspection of the fire alarm system required by New Jersey Fire Code. Our fire alarm system is old and antiquated. It does not do a 24-hour signal test. That's a new regulation it requires. Our system is still old, hardwired voice phone lines. It's got two phone lines into it. So the proposals, and I don't know if you have copies of them or not,
They do.
are to upgrade just the sending unit, the receiving unit. It ain't gonna change nothing inside the building here. And to put it onto a cellular phone service, so they can ping it more or less every 24 hours. Right now, every day, and it goes like every 25 to 26 hours, they call me to tell me that our fire alarm system has a problem since this test, since this inspection. So it runs, it'll skip through the night, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, it goes through. It's like on every 26, 27 hour basis, because they gotta acknowledge, put the liability on us that they're not receiving a communication with the box. I've tested the alarm, it's communicating, but with the hardline system, it doesn't do it. They can't ping it.
If Joe doesn't answer, I get it.
What this will do, though, we got two phone lines down there. We could choose to eliminate them or put them into the phone bank. My thoughts on that is hopefully, potentially, I may not say it, but we may be up in a new building. Greenwich may be up in a new building. They still gotta have the DPW or something here. Might be two lines that they're gonna need here because they're gonna take the remaining up there. That's already a known phone line. So you're already paying for that. This has a cellular phone service of $84 a month. And I think we get a quarterly charge right now for our fire alarm system of $100 and $120 a month. So that might change. The upgrade is $3,480.79. But I also called them back, says, this is in the basement, gets no cell service. So I had them add an antenna for $497. They said, if it works without it, we can drop that order for the antenna, but it would have to be tested. In the township maintenance budget, I had Shannon run the numbers from August 4th, because I was checking DPW. Right now, we're under maintenance for public buildings. We got $10,537. I just had all the HVAC units serviced last week. I haven't got the bill yet, but I don't think it's gonna be much more. They didn't find many issues. It was just a standard service. I don't see it being any more than 1,500 for all the units we got there for that. So the money is in the public buildings and grounds maintenance budget to handle this, and I'll just keep an eye on it for the rest of the year, as long as nothing breaks.
Yeah. So the upgrade in the fire panel, we're have to do regardless of what happens up the street, because we're still gonna have this. problem.
You're still gonna have this building,
So-
because anywhere with a public assembly, or you got public workers, we don't wanna live what we have in storage building, because that had no fire alarm system.
Mhm.
You're always gonna need this as long as you own it.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'll make a motion that we do the fire panel upgrade.
I'll second.
Any further questions, comments?
Also, Mayor authorized me to contact them because it's a digital signature to tell them to move forward.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. save me some phone calls in the middle of the night.
Well,
Mayor Barsney?
yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Okay, recreation grant, we have to talk anything about that, the Reinhardt Park?
We're a little short, right,
Yeah,
Bill?
sure.
Quite a bit short.
So our grant was.
Our, to replace the playground equipment, we were up to, I think it was $138,000. That was last year's pricing right at the end of the year. I talked to the rep. He said probably gonna get an increase here when the school bids come out, because that was a ESCN, whatever, co-op. Probably 3-4%. We only got authorized for $82,000 out of the 2025 recreation grant. So we were talking about lights on the basketball court and replacing all the old playground equipment near the church area, because the deckings are coming apart and the tubes where the slides are cracking, things like that. We've been written up for some of that. We've been trying to patch it up. I guess, I don't know if I haven't sat down to figure to downsize it, or do we want to go with the open space to do it? And where we want to go. I don't know if you just want to
How
do
much was
that
the
or
grant
kick
for?
it down to open space and see what they want to
82,
do.
what's the anticipated cost?
They anticipated when I got the estimate was like in $138,000. We got
Oh,
82,000
$50,000
in the
short?
grant.
Say 50?
Yeah, well, just a hair under 50,000. I mean, I can bring it up to the open space if they wanna pull it out of
I
there.
was gonna say, we don't have Shannon here, so we don't really
Yeah.
know what's in there in the open space right this second. And it's-
3% on top of
Open
the.
space.
Yeah, but
What's
not
that?
as much as you would think.
3% on top of
No,
the 138?
And then,
I'll-
you've got this year's revenue coming in now too. So,
Unless we get something on order, and I don't see.
We
that
could bring it up, I believe.
Well, if you
I
add
like the idea.
12%, you're.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over there with my grandkids, we
Yeah.
can go between the two parks. It definitely needs it. And it's
Yeah.
not fair to the residents downtown.
I would rather just do it.
So I'll send this over to Jeremy and
Bill, if it does increase 5%, then we're looking at a $63,000 deficit.
okay,
It could dip potentially, yeah.
and I know Frank Pinto 2 years ago said that we shouldn't be concerned about having money for open space. There's plenty of county money there, that he thought we should continue to use it for recreation and things of that nature. That he felt comfortable with the numbers that were there.
Bill, do you want me to email the initial plan? I got all the site plans.
Jeremy?
All that
Yeah.
to Jeremy.
and Pinto.
Yeah,
Frank.
Frank has it because he needed it for the grant.
Okay,
So
so,
he has it, but I'll send it to him and Jeremy for your meeting.
so if there's funds available. And we can pull out 60,000.
Well,
You
my
want-
guess is. There's well over $200,000. It's sitting right now, not counting this year's contribution.
Yeah, that usually comes, midsummer to the end.
Right,
of
exactly,
summer.
right.
And then we have bonds that are due too, so I don't know if we paid those. yet.
Well, I think, yeah, we do, but I think that's already kind of budgeted and figured out.
So,
That's a routinely, so I mean, I would still suspect after everything's said and done, our obligations, we're still well over $200,000 in open space.
I just think it's a good opportunity. We're giving back, what people are paying in their taxes.
Should we do a motion provided funds are available?
then I'll make a motion up to $60,000, to pull it out of open space. Based on the CFO saying if funds are available. If the open space committee objects, then we'll bring it back here.
Anybody want a second?
I'll second it.
Any further questions, comments, roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes,
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
I guess I won't offer up I'd like to have some $38,000 V tents put up over the The equipment to keep it cool in the summer.
Next year, Paul.
Yeah, we talked about that. Well, there's a lot of trees in that area.
Well, this area, no,
Yeah,
it's,
over there.
over there.
Oh, wait.
when it's 90 degrees over there, there's nobody in that park.
We
No,
ever got
nobody.
the money to do that, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, but I'll hold off on that one.
You already talked about the Eagle Scout project, or
Yes,
anything you
we
wanna bring on that?
Okay.
Historical Commission proposed bylaws. We need to take any action on that, Lillian, what's,
Lisa,
Oh, it's a
They submitted them
two-pager.
to us. They would like the governing body to approve them. I thought they were still working on them. Greg asked that they be brought to the committee. I didn't get a chance to bring them to Mike. For his input
I didn't
or,
really get a chance to review.
Well, I've kind of reviewed them, I mean, in the way of bylaws,
yeah,
it's pretty darn thin.
Pretty to the point, yeah.
But, you know, if it's all straight and good, and I would just have it for Mike's approval and.
yeah.
Right.
So in our current code, it essentially just says that the committee is established.
Right.
So it's good to have something in there.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it
I'm
is,
just used to bylaws being 15, 20 pages.
Yeah. so I'll give a copy to Mike and.
And what we're gonna put, we're approval next month after attorney review. Is that what we're saying? Walking path, crossing guard post.
So last month. I think it's in your packets this month, the numbers that I provided you for the crossing guard post. Over time, if kind of a worst case scenario. I think it was 2 months ago that you spoke at the meeting with Bryce and had him, possibly look into the grant and having a sidewalk down Greenwood Street and whatnot. Bryce had run some numbers, or excuse me, had looked into it. All right, I can't do that. Just hope to bring it up on the computer, let me, while you're in the same meeting. I would. Is there by any chance picture that we printed out of that? Okay, so Bryce had looked into it. I guess, do you wanna talk about anything with the possibility of the grant with that? Or
So what we talked about a couple months ago was the possibility of going after a Safe Streets grant, which I think that is every 2 years and. I think it was this year, it's already past due, so I'm not sure if there's any other kind of grants that we could possibly. Pursue, we can look into that if that's what you want to do. What we presented to the chief was some possible options of what can be constructed in the area south of Greenwood Street. As far as sidewalks and whatnot to try to provide pedestrian pathways where the students would not have to cross Greenwood Street twice. Because right now, that's what they have to do. If they're coming from that side of the road, including, you know, basically, what we're talking about is, you know, the children from Willows or anywhere in that area.
They're still gonna have to cross twice. It's not Greenwood Street, they're still gonna have to go across 2 streets. The bond, and then they're gonna have to go back over.
Correct.
It's really a small crossing guard.
what are you talking about now?
They'll need a crossing guard out of bond. Look at that. That's fine.
If which scenario, if you had the sidewalk or,
Yeah, you're still gonna need.
right, one crossing guard instead of two.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's the thought process. What we did was we created a little map of 3 possible options where a sidewalk / walkway could be placed. That's the map that Lisa's handing out right now. There's 3 options on there that it's in color. One is colored green, basically that's coming directly out of the Willows development,
You would wanna cut through the berm, it's not lit. No one's gonna be able to patrol it. And at night. And then they would take the left, right? So at night, there's no lights, so who's gonna install the lights?
so these are just possible opportunities where a walkway can be placed. We have not looked at the various items that would be necessary, you know, for any other concerns as you're bringing up as
If we
far
have
as
an
like.
officer at night, chief, in that berm area,
No, we're not crossing people, so we wouldn't have an officer there. Th-
No,
This
I'm
is,
saying-
this is strictly for the crossing and to try to
that,
eliminate the children being out on the county road and to have us.
I would
not
not
be
know
out
how
there.
safe that would be in there at night. Okay.
So that's option, that's the first option we looked at, is just the shortest direct route coming out of the Willows and crossing into the Greenwich, property and getting them onto Yvonne. The second option that we did, which is kind of in red, it's a little harder to see there because on the county road, it's 100% following the county road in the right of way, from the intersection of Dumont and Greenwich down to Yvonne. Basically connecting the Dumont sidewalk to the Yvonne sidewalk. That is entirely in the right of way of the county, so obviously that would need county approval. Third option was to kind of do a combination of the two, which is kind of the follow the red line along Greenwich Street, then make a turn down a light blue line on their map you're looking at and following it into the Greenwich property and then follow the green line onto Yvonne. So those are really the three options that we see where we can connect pedestrian traffic specifically for school purposes because of the conversation is of the need for crossing guards. Obviously, these walkways and sidewalks would be available 24/7.
Did we create a QR code, chief? Or, that I can send out maybe through rec and bring it to the Willows?
No.
I spoke to Scott Bishy from the Lopat, Police Department, and they said it was very helpful this time around that they were able to get a couple people, actually an extra person using that code they thought helped. But I'm willing to help with that.
I'm surprised to hear that because,
Yeah,
they
got
were
two.
asking to try to take one of our crossing guards.
Yeah, they got
And we
two. I spoke to them two weeks ago, maybe 3.
Well, that's contrary to what I'd spoken to Lopat about, but
But I'm.
I mean, I've, as I said, I've advertised, this has been up. And this has been advertised for a number of years.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just don't know.
there's
how many people
all,
go.
there's all police departments that are
No, I know.
starting
Not the
for crossing
websites.
guards.
People aren't gonna be going on that.
How would they get the QR code? How's that work?
They could scan it,
From
but
where though?
from their phone. If they had, like, say.
You know, I understand
take a
how
flyer.
QR code works, but
So.
if they're not gonna, not going to the website, what?
That's why I'll
What makes
send
the QR code easier?
I was gonna put it out, like, say I'll go to the clubhouse and give it to the Willows to put it in their
Oh.
clubhouse, we could send it out through rec, we could. You can,
Like on emails and stuff?
yeah. Yep. Yeah, the school actually sent, Phillipsburg sent that one. We could probably have Greenwich do it as well.
How hard is it to set the QR code on there?
Honestly, it's not something that I've even looked into with the amount of other things that. I've been on.
Like, do you have to pay for, like I do?
No, I can do it, so it'll get sent through a Google Doc,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll get it. We'll get like the signups or however we set it up,
If we set it up, they can use it for that. Can you use it for other things too?
yes.
So like for like community day, you could put out
Yes.
flyers saying.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we have one of those? I don't know, I never heard of them. I mean, I know what QR codes are, I see them in restaurants, and everything else, but why shouldn't we use those? Is there any reason not to, you know?
Well, it's just another person to maintain it and
I mean, for community day, we have the
It goes just to
website,
a
they
Google Doc.
contact us through the website, so there wouldn't be a need for that, but.
It's just a link, so it goes right to
Yeah.
a document, you just look at the document.
What are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing? So chief, you don't have any crossing guards right now to fill those positions?
no. No, we haven't, I was hoping that I had one, but, they backed out. So, the memo that I provided there for the overtime. And did you need any more clarification? So basically. We'd have those 2 crossing guard spots that we'd have to fill. Twice a day. In the morning, in the afternoon. Possibly we can get away with it and as, if we're tied up, because there's often times that. We are tied up and can't take those posts, but that's gonna take 2 officers off the road and. It's just something that is, not gonna be easy moving forward. Within this last week,
You put me in a tough spot here, cause I hate to say something, just if something happens. I don't know why you need a crossing guard on the bond.
Yeah, I agree,
Now, that being said, it's a tough situation now, but you brought it up and something happens, they're gonna say, they told you it was a problem. But that could happen anywhere, but
the people use that
It's a,
as an egress because they don't like when the traffic backs up, so it gets extremely busy.
yeah,
it's a lot.
yeah, it's crowded.
So just for, just so that I can pencil this in, what's the green route cost, Bryce or Chief, whoever has the number?
So we did a quick and dirty, just construction of a sidewalk and general, numbers of like clearing and grading and things like that.
Sure.
No, nothing special with as far as lighting or fencing of
Right,
that.
right.
The number that we come up with it was, I'm sorry, my phone just, I had it up and it went away. Was around $60,000,
60 for the green one?
Yeah.
All right, the red one?
We're-
Or the orange?
about
one?
about 100,000.
100 for that one. And then
The combination.
the combo one.
Yeah, that, what I call a cyan, the light blue line, basically red, cyan, then green.
Right,
About 110,000. And we're basing that upon some recent bids that we've seen on sidewalks.
sure.
how much would it cost to bust them?
I would just,
Well, you know what? I had thought about that. I said, I wonder what it costs to bust that.
A lot of them are bust, but it's not all of them.
well, how many students are you talking about? How many students are we talking about now?
I don't know.
Can we get a number?
Last year we had 2, but then from what I understand, there's 3 more families that have got kids. But,
I thought
I
the
haven't
number
gotten
was
that.
somewhere around 26 and plus 2 going to the high school. Heard that conversation going back and forth last week at the school board. So,
I mean, I'll go to the Willows and. I'll create a flyer if you want, see if I can,
No, well, we have the flyer. I mean, we can just print it
yeah,
out.
if you wanna send it to me, I'll print it, or if we print it here, I'll bring it over to the clubhouse and see if there's anybody that is willing to do it, since they're right there.
What? To, get a bus route there.
Oh, then they're paying 2 cops every day, absolutely. I mean, maybe if they have empty seats, we can say we're paid.
Well, that's the thing. I think all the bus routes have empty seats.
Yeah.
Because the large volume of parents that take their kids to school.
Right.
But then, cause I've reached this, well, yes, you're right, we absolutely, because parents do that, but we have to allocate for this student a spot on our bus. And therefore we
Yeah.
can't deviate from,
Yeah,
and I think it's simple
Yeah, I
enough.
mean,
to-
yeah, the high school
We ended
bus-
up getting it deviated,
high school
last year for
buses
the
are
kids
always
down there
empty
on
from every
Beatty's.
municipality.
You know, they ended up picking up the 3 kids that didn't have seats. Because it was too dangerous to walk
Right.
South Main Street, so it can be done, I think. But I'll bet you there's space on a bus.
Well, we'll find out in the next couple of weeks how many kids are starting to come through there, Plus,
Yeah. The
I
only
heard
problem is
it's
then you open the can of worms and the people right across the street.
No, right, yeah, no, I hear
I
you,
pay taxes, my kids gotta walk. You know,
and they don't pay taxes and you're picking them up.
right, but we're saving you, Mr. Taxpayer.
Right.
money. It's costing us
Yeah.
50 for the bus route, or do
Right.
you want us to pay 155? Which is
Right.
gonna raise your taxes 2.5 cents or something. You know, I think we need to look at a bus route, unfortunately.
Well, I can reach out to Tina and say. She might be extremely busy the next 3 or 4 days, but
Yeah,
to talk about this. Because busing is an issue the first 2 or 3 days for any school
And it's-
district.
right, and now they're using a new service.
If you wanna
going
just print
down
off,
high school.
I'll bring it over
Oh,
there
yeah,
Yeah,
if you want this week. Or if you print off one before the meeting. If we leave, I can bring it over to the Willows. It's worth a shot and then maybe have Rex send something out.
What to rack it to the.
Yeah, just send it out, yeah, looking, if you want.
But I mean, anything,
Yeah.
and
I'm
doing
willing to
everything
help.
possible to try to get across. the
Yeah,
board,
so if you wanna send me whatever, I'll print it. And then I can have Rex just send it out.
Good.
And maybe Tina can send it out as well. Just to reach whoever's not on the rec list.
okay. So we're resolved nothing on that?
Yeah, it sounds like
So so next week there'd be tops there, I guess, right?
Well, the numbers that I provided, I just wanted to,
Can we
in
ask
front of everybody of what it can do to
the
overall.
SRO officer, maybe she can slide down one?
And,
Well,
I know,
SROs,
No, I
when
asked
a
the
school
chief that,
district pays for it.
Yeah,
And two, one of the most vulnerable times for a school for that is
in the morning.
in the morning or dismissal.
Right,
And
right.
it's chaotic, so. it's most
I
important.
said that to you.
Before, I didn't realize that.
Huh?
No, I was talking to Rich about that, and yeah, I didn't realize that, that's correct,
Yeah, I mean, that's
I
the
think
time,
we all had that same question.
and that's the time where you have
right?
somebody, a
Right.
student's not, someone's not a student trying to sneak in, you know, that's,
Mhm.
This one, we'll talk about that.
Scribble,
Yeah.
follow,
That can help.
Right.
you know.
I don't know, yeah, we can
No,
see.
that's
but-
correct.
Okay, we're done with that. Do we have to, the action karate is trunk or treat, is that like open to the public if they had it, or what's the deal on that?
Apparently it's been approved by Open Space and Recreation and was just sent to me, I guess, to bring to the
Okay, so
committee.
it sounds like something they may be doing for this.
And must
kids
be
in the
open
township
to,
and for
yeah.
that?
No.
Are you?
No, I'm not, no.
And
This is the
my
first
big question is, and again, and I don't necessarily have a problem with it. But Action Karate is based in Lopakon, why are they not doing it in Lopakon?
Right,
Or are they doing it?
That's
in
why I'm
Lopakon?
asking, I'm not, yeah, maybe they do,
Right, or is this Miranda Hendricks a Greenwich resident
yeah,
and wants to do it here?
but I mean, is she gonna open up for all Greenwich kids to go to?
Yeah, if you're
I'm
gonna do a
assuming
trunk
that
or
it's
treat,
open
that's
to the
usually,
public
right,
Yeah,
because
yes.
she seemed to have already had their
Yes.
approval.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
trying to find out.
so. And the turkey trot, we always approve that for the towns, for the PTO, so.
yeah, and with that being said though, can we waive their fee though, Lisa?
Our
You said-
PTO?
Yeah,
We always
I think
do.
we do, okay, well, I just saw it checked off
We
here,
always waive it.
alright, I wanted to make sure
So we're
that,
gonna approve both of those? Or you gonna wait for your answer?
Yeah, my only caveat to the turkey trot is that I had had that sent out to Joe and to Rich. Did you guys get a chance to review that? And is it the same as
Yeah.
last year? Okay, same as last year? Okay. It works out.
So I'm looking for a motion to approve the Greenwich Township School District PTO turkey trot. And to waive the fees.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Any other questions, comments? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
yes,
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes,
Are we going with action karate or are you waiting for an answer or are we ready? We okay to
I
go?
mean, I just have a question, it's not that sure, that's a great idea, these trunk or treat things have gotten very popular. I'm just curious as to why,
But that's why I
Yeah,
asked.
right.
It was,
but that's a curious thing, that's not a no, that's just.
yeah,
can we hold it off then? Until next month,
Okay.
yes? Or
Yeah, I don't
you
care.
said we've already said yes?
I'll make a motion. We approve it.
Okay.
The worst that happens is it's
All
not
right, I'll
open to the kids and we know.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further questions, comments? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes,
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
yeah, I was gonna say, my thought is, I'll bet you that they're not only gonna be open to our residents, it's gonna be an open
Yeah,
public
it's probably the good
gig, right,
publicity for the.
for them, right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do we need to discuss anything on this 27 payrolls of 2026?
No, Shannon just wanted to bring it to everyone's attention and
That
she's
happens
out
every
sick
6 or
tonight,
7
so
years.
she's out sick, so she can't speak to it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's pretty rude. It happens every 6 or 7 years, whatever it is. So. Rec committee request for a credit card machine.
Shannon is supposed to provide an update for that too. so-
Yeah, there was two options. I don't know if I told Shannon because he came to me about it. I tried to find the one that's gonna work for us. So, it's through PNC. They would like it for, big events,
Yeah.
but I don't know the numbers. I know Shannon was looking into it.
And then, we have to do anything on the target bond release or that's not ready?
I was speaking to Mike and he doesn't feel that we need specific numbers for that. I was able to locate the bond, so Mike was saying we could give it a resolution number and he could.
Yeah, because whatever money they have left on, that's been authorized to release the escrow, so whether it's 10 grand or 50 grand or whatever, it's their money,
So the
so.
motion is to, adopt a resolution number to release.
And refund the escrow, to release the bond and refund the escrow.
And that was all for work that was done on the land use board, right?
Yes.
I would think, yeah.
Okay.
The resolution number would be 7325.
Looking for a motion to adopt, resolution 7325, authorizing the refund of escrow monies for Target.
I'll make the motion.
Second,
Any other questions, comments, roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yeah,
Do we need to discuss anything under correspondence? And I'll make the motion, we go into executive for
Second.
personnel, contractual matters, attorney, client privilege. All in favor, aye?
Alright.
Assuming this is for.